I want to make sure it's on. Let me pop it.
Live from the stoop.
All right. Countdown begins. What is up? Oh.
Hold up. There we go.
Oh, look at that beautiful dude wearing a red hat. Guy in the blue, though. You're all right. You look okay.
I thought you had a do-rag on, Bobby. I'm not going to lie to you.
Man,
I'm not going to lie to you.
You said
I
that
thought it was
before.
a do-rag.
Black one on. You're like, what you got a do-rag on? I was like, nah, man.
All you need is a black and mild, and you get to go.
You look like I went to North High or something.
Oh.
Yeah, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stoop Life Podcast. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NBA Finals. It feels like it's been like 6 months since the freaking playoffs started, but we're finally here. We got our final matchup. We got the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Now, before we even get started about this, I know a lot of people hate this matchup. And it's probably like out of the 4 teams that were in the conference finals, it's probably the least most anticipated one. But I love this matchup because we got 2 teams that are just going to dogfight and scrap. So, Paul, I don't know about you, but I'm actually excited to watch the finals because we get to see Joker versus Embiid. Just kidding.
Ooh.
We get to see Joker versus Jimmy. I had to go there. But no, we get to see. Either team win, it looks bad for the Sixers. But hey,
it does. It looks terrible for the Sixers. This is the Sixers' worst nightmare. How do I feel? I'm excited. This is like this is gonna be a dogfight. This is gonna be like Gaddy Ward right here. I think these guys are gonna be very physical with each other. These guys are gonna go. It's not. I don't think we see any blowouts this series. So I mean, I'm excited. I don't care what anybody says. Seeing Jimmy buckets in the finals versus Jokic is hilarious in my opinion because. Guess what? Jimmy was a Sixer at one point. And what do we do? And Jokic didn't win the MVP, and he's showing people why the fuck he is. Yeah. I mean, I love it.
Has been to the finals with the Heat now twice. Well, I mean, listen, like we talk about it all the time. You got to have a team. You got to have a good coach. You got to have a good environment, all that. I mean, both these teams, you see them. Denver's been on top all season. They got a coach in Malone who calls them out when they're playing like crap. And right now they're not playing. They're playing top ball. They've been playing probably the best. That's why they're here. And then you got the Miami Heat, the 8th seed. I believe it's the second 8th seed ever to make the finals. The other one.
That's not normal though. They not normal. That's not a normal 8th seed though, bro. They went through it. They lost. You gotta think about it. They lost their playing game and came back and won. Like they're not the normal fucking. 8 seeds, man, they're different. They're just beasts.
I agree with you though. But I think breaking it down wise, it's a weird matchup. I hate to say it. I love watching Jimmy and the Heat play, but I'm not saying they're exactly like the Lakers, but the way that the team is kind of built and the size wise, they're kind of like the Lakers. And we saw what Denver did to that type of team. Like Denver has a lot of size, and I find it hard to break down these matchups that Miami's going to give Denver and say how they're going to stop them. How they're going to stop the ball movement because Denver moves the ball better than anybody in the NBA.
They do. They do that. They have a 2-man game that's nasty with Murray and Jokic, but people forget about that other third guy that can move the ball, and that's my man. That's my man Aaron Gordon. They push the ball, man. But you know what though? Miami's gritty. Los Angeles, the Lakers, they were not gritty at all. Miami's very gritty. They're gonna punch you in the mouth every time you're out.
They like it. They feed off it. That's the thing.
Exactly. So
going into the Celtics series, I think everyone we talked to had Celtics 4-0, 4-1. And, they went up 3-0. They gave up 3 in a row, but they went into the Garden and won by 19 in the Game 7. Yeah. Gritty, bro. Gritty, because there's not many teams that can do that. Not like even talent-wise, but, like, to go into the environments with the expectations like, yo, you guys shouldn't even be here, and to go out there and just get it done. You got Spoelstra. That guy's a hell of a coach. You got Udonis Haslem coaching from the bench. The guy's been there forever, for real. A lot of the players are actually talking about him and how he's like helping them, keeping them active and hyped up. And then you got Jimmy. I don't really know what else we can say about Jimmy that everybody doesn't already know. Playoff Jimmy's just different. He turns into a dog. He wants to kill. And that whole Miami Heat environment, that whole team comes off of that, and that's why you can't count them out. Like we sit here and say, "Oh well, the matchups, this and that." They're just different. Like I think a lot of people are going to overlook that on them.
What I'm worried about though, the only thing I'm worried about when it comes to Jimmy is the burnout. It hasn't come yet, but we've seen what happened he just went through a 7-game dogfight.
Yeah, he's playing 47 the last 2 games. Like that's now you gotta go to Denver. I'm expecting a blowout game 1. I think Denver's gonna blow them out game 1 just because like we just said.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough playing above. Even football players when they come to Denver, it's hard to play at Mile High because you can't get your breath right. Your body's not used to being in that type of environment. But
now,
that's how it is in basketball.
7-game series, you're gonna be like,
"Whoo!" You're gonna be tired. Them legs are gonna be very tired, and lungs they gotta open up. And I don't know, man. This might be I might agree with you. The first game might be a blowout.
Yeah, just by how I'm looking at it, they just went into Boston, crushed them. They were on the top of the ceiling, and it's hard for them to stay there. Like you got to stay there. You can't even come relatively back to earth when now you got to go play Denver in that environment like you're talking about. You got to stay up there. So I don't know what they're doing on the airplane. Maybe they're playing poker and winning. Maybe drink some Michelob Ultras with Jimmy. You got that commercial. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but they got to stay hyped. And I'm not even going to throw it past them because you got a great coach. You got great leadership on the team. They can definitely do it. But
they can.
Denver's been off for like 8-9 days or something.
Yeah, that can work that can also work in Miami's favor. Because these guys are going to be a little bit stiff, so I think it's going to be a blowout. I just don't know which one. So I'm up in the air with it, game 1, but I think this series is going to be Gaddy Ward.
Let's talk a little bit.
I'm a boxing head. I'm a boxing guy, so when I say Gaddy Ward, I'm looking for that dogfight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? No backing down.
Let's break it down a little bit. So these teams played each other twice this year. Obviously, one in Denver, one in Miami. It was game 1. They played in December at Denver. Denver beat them 124-119. Yeah. The second game was in February. It was at Miami. Denver beat them 112-108. Both close games.
Close games, very close.
To break it down even further for you guys, Denver's on a 6-game win streak against Miami. Since Jimmy Butler joined Miami, Denver is 9-1 against them. But only one of those games was more than 5-6 points, and that was the only game Miami won.
Yeah.
So every time Denver's won, Miami was right there in every single game. So it's not bad. Their last win was August 1st, 2020. Yeah, 3 years ago, man, that they beat Denver.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but in my honest opinion, I throw those numbers out. I think they're irrelevant. I don't think the teams are looking at them. I think the matchups of teams right now, the environment's different. But there's something to look at for my gambler buddies out there. Just saying. But then again, last night, Game 7, Boston was 12-0 with Scott Foster. They were not
12-1. They're 12-1.
And what happened? The Heat won. So I don't know. would like to say, like, yo, this is rigged for one of them, but honestly, like, if it was rigged, it would have been LA Boston. So I don't know. Maybe the NBA is fucking with us a little bit here. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get the Sixers fans hyped. I don't know.
Yeah, this is total smack in the face to the process right here. This is what this is. This is the finals that not every single Sixers fans like us do not want to see.
But in general, I think you're with me. I think this is good for basketball because you got two teams that build themselves. I mean, obviously Jimmy Butler went on free agency to Miami, but they're not a super team. Neither guys. They don't got three guys.
If you want to count Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love, then
no. I mean, come on, they're old as shit.
I know. Yo, quick fact about Kevin Love: he's been in the playoffs 4 times. You know that all 4 times he's been to the finals.
Now, what's his record?
That's actually really good. I gotta go back and look at that. I know he has a ring.
1 and 3.
I know he has a ring. So
1 and 3, but still, I mean, they were playing against Golden State, though. I mean, like,
yeah, they did.
Yeah, they were unbelievable. So for the series, Denver is the favorite for the series at -450. Miami Heat are the dogs at +330. Take it a little bit further. The spread for the series is Denver -1.5 games at -164. Miami +1.5 games at +134. Now, if you want to break down how many games they think it's going to go, the 4-game series for a sweep either team +430. 4-1 either team 5-game series +185. 6-game series is +240. 7-game series is +240 as well. What are your thoughts on it? What are your initial thoughts? Who do you think is going to win? You know, before we break down like the players and the teams and stuff like that.
All right, so my early pick, I'm probably gonna roll 4-1 with Denver, just because I think they're gonna if Miami's gonna win, it's gonna be tonight, or it's gonna be that one game in Miami where it's like, no, y'all not winning on our court, and boom, they're gonna get them. Other than that, it's 4-1 for me. Denver's gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Carmelo Anthony just retired, bro. I mean, this is like an omen right here. Like,
I mean, I think they're one of probably the most well-rounded team in the NBA besides the Celtics. And hey, the Heat just beat the Celtics. I mean, it's not possible. But the way Joker's playing, you know, this motherfucker right now is averaging what? Well, I wrote it down in the playoffs. He's averaging
26 or 30. Or is it 27?
All I'm saying, his over/under for the series is 27.5 points, 13.5 rebounds, 10.5 assists for the series. Like, I mean, if you look at the scoring leader, rebound leader, and assist leader, Joker's the favorite in all of them, which is, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if he's going to win all 3 of those, but hey, he might. But my thing is, I got Denver in 6. I think the dog in Miami, they're going to steal a game. I don't consider the home games really for Miami a steal. Like they got a very good home crowd, especially when they make it into the finals. We've seen that before. So I mean, I think they can win a game at home. They might win both games at home.
Yeah,
but if they win a game in Denver, first or second game in Denver, I don't see how. I mean, I don't know. They might be able to win the series, but
I mean, yeah, for sure. But
I got Denver.
If they do win the game, I think it's gonna be game 1 tonight.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be game 1. Or if they can't, like I said, they're not gonna let you celebrate in South Beach. Let's be real here. They're not gonna let Denver come down there and win a title in South Beach. That's just what it is. They're gonna walk into a whiteout, and they're not gonna win in South Beach. That's just what it is right now. So I don't know. I gotta go 4-1 right now.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, 4-1, 4-2. Maybe I don't know. You're right though. I agree. So maybe it will go 7. Maybe I don't know. I mean, the odds for game 6 and 7 are the same. So I mean, they don't even know. Like plus 240 for both of them, which is kind of wild. That's why I was like, I don't know. I'm honestly rooting for Miami. I like Miami before, like even LeBron went there. I always liked him because of Dwayne Wade. I like Jimmy Butler a lot, but I wouldn't mind seeing a guy like Joker actually get a title to show everybody his greatness. Because I mean, the dude's the dude's showing why he's won back-to-back MVPs when a lot of people were disrespecting him. And I think Jamal Murray, man, I think he's shown what he can do when he's healthy. And I think, he deserves one as well. Kyle Lowry, I don't want him to get another one, though, so that's a minus on Miami. Kevin Love, though, I'd like to see Kevin Love get one again. So, I don't know. I think it's a lot of storylines here. Coming into the series, though, Denver is number one in points per possession in the last 15 games for the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? 119.7 points per possession. On the other side of the ball, so on the other side of the ball, Miami's number 6 on defense efficiency. They're only allowing 111.5 per possession, per 100 possessions. So which team do you think is going to be more? Like Miami's defense is going to be better or Denver's offense? Like you think which one would you expect to show up more easier? Which one would you put your most?
I'm a fan of defense in Miami nowadays. I mean, in the NBA nowadays because it's not played a lot. So when you have defensive teams like Miami come in there, I really do I root for them. I don't know, man. I feel like it's still not enough to slow down Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Jokic. And, you got the occasional role player coming off the bench. And I can't, man. Jeff Green and shit like that, like Red Jacks, guys like that who come in and just do their job. Like I don't think it's enough. As much as I fuck with Miami, I don't think it's enough.
I'm looking at a lot of these stats. I'm trying to find a way to, on the season to figure out how the hell Miami got here, and there's not many of them. There really isn't. You're looking at them, like I said, they are the number 3 turnover ratio team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Guess who's number 1? Denver is. So it's you're gonna have a well-sound played games. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you are.
Both teams are top 10 in assists. Denver's number 2 at 2.27 per possession. They get assists basically every other basket. Number 3 in field goal percentage. And I think that's a huge thing, specifically because we were just talking about off camera and how Jokic just dominates Bam. All these guys that are good centers, Bam, he's good defender, but he gets his ass whooped against them. And
Jokic, small man,
against them.
It's like Jokic wears you out on offense. He just does a lot of shit. It's just you got to be a really as much as we love Embiid. Listen, Embiid does his best against him. He probably is the best player that played against Jokic in the regular season. He beats the shit out of Jokic on the defensive side. He kills him, but he as much as great as a defender as Embiid is, it doesn't slow Jokic down. That's how good he is, man. It's kind of think about that for a second. That's how technically sound this man is. He can do everything on offense, and he doesn't look like it. He's so slow, but he slows you down. That's what people aren't understanding about Jokic. He'll be he's the type of guy to make you play his game. That's tough, dude. You know how hard it is to stop that.
He nothing bothers him. He's just
nothing.
He looks like a crazy person out there.
Fucking Serbian, man. That's.
He got no emotions. He gets mad here, but nothing. It's crazy. So we could talk about MVP. We're gonna talk about MVP later. I think we already got who's the top 2. But before we do that, I want to do something different with us. I want to do a lot of times we're gonna talk about who's the most important players. A lot of them we already know. So what I want to do with you right now is I want to say, do you want to go first or do you want to go second? That's all I'm gonna say real quick.
I'm gonna go first.
Nah, you go second. I'm gonna go first. So I'm gonna go first.
I'll do that for you. You know what? You can have the first pick. You can have the first try on you, man. That's all you.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Age before beauty.
That is true, and I am older than you, so we're fucked both ways. But no, for real, what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna break down the players that are very important in this the finals. But we're gonna do a draft style. So I'm gonna take a pick. You get next 2, vice versa. But as we go, we'll talk a little bit about that player, and then we'll go forward. Then we'll take our MVP, then we'll finish it, and then we'll talk about other stuff. So first pick, obviously, we know who we're taking. Is there any guess? We're taking my guy, Nikola Jokic. Do we even need to talk about him? We've been talking about him enough. He's the odds-on favorite to win the MVP at -320. If Denver wins and he doesn't win MVP, I'd be very, very shocked. I don't know about you, but I'd be shocked.
I wouldn't be. Because there's another player. There's another player I think I can win MVP with never.
We don't need to talk about Joker. Everybody talks about him enough. We
already know.
So who are you going with?
I don't think this is like a technical question. Jimmy fucking Buckets. What kind of question is this? Number 2, baby. Jimmy Buckets, baby.
Jimmy Buckets. All right, we don't got to talk about Jimmy either. You know why? Because he's Himmy Buckets.
Himmy Buckets. Himmy fucking Buckets.
Yo, like
if you don't fucking burn out.
I do want to like put this out there though, and like I don't understand it. So like we had a conversation, and someone was like trying to rank, top 10, 15, 20 players in the NBA, and we're like, yo, like, how can you put Jimmy Butler in there? But how can't you? Like, are we putting post All-Star game Jimmy Butler plus postseason or before? Because like that's a drastically different player. It really is. Like this motherfucker is the definition of the on switch. Like he turns it on. And the thing is, like everyone expects like a guy that's going to be, you turn it on, you're going to be like Kevin Durant, you're going to score 40 a game. He doesn't have to score 40. He can do.
There's other things too.
He plays
good
offense
defender too.
What's your favorite thing about Jimmy Butler?
His grit. I don't give a fuck about anything else, but his grit. I would take if I had my starting 5 had any bit of Jimmy Butler's grit in them, their dog. We're winning a championship. Like I do like his. I mean, his offensive package is good, and he's great when he has the ball in his hands, and he has the most fourth quarter points since he came into the league. I believe.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I think so. So in other words, he takes over games when needed. So I just like his grit, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't say anything else about it. And the crazy thing is, like, everyone was like bashing him when he went to Miami, and that Miami environment, like under Pat Riley, has been the same. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Shout out to Pat, man. Shout out to my man Pat Riley. I like Pat.
Show that stat. Tell that stat. We forgot to bring that up.
I don't think people know that he's been a part of 29% of the finals in the NBA ever. Believe that. He's like, think about that. He's been there 29% of the time, meaning as a player, coach, and an owner. The man knows how to win.
Like I never knew that. Like that's a crazy stat, especially like when you got a 32 team league and like the turnover rate for a lot of these teams. Yeah. Especially nowadays, a lot of teams slip over and over.
Yeah.
The guys leaving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's unbelievable.
He knows how to build a team. I mean,
that's one of the reasons. I like Miami because of that. Like, it's grit. They're a gritty team, and like that's how I like my team. So I mean, I like them. So we got next pick. Pick number 3. Who we going with?
This is my MVP. This is the guy I think is going to take over the finals and give Kyle Lowry, give any guard on that Miami team problems. And that's my man Jamal Murray, the guy who has been missing from this roster for the past 2 years because of injury. Now he's back. You see what he's doing.
Look. We got 2 guys right there.
He's an animal. It's a beast.
I took him because look at him. Hyped up. Like, yo, he reminded people who he is. I mean, he got hurt, and then they weren't the same team. And that
I know they were missing that speed, bro. They were missing like that 2-man game. Like Aaron Gordon improved it when he wasn't there. Like when Jamal wasn't there, Aaron still looked good. I mean, but he looks phenomenal now with Jamal Murray, and Jokic is like feeding off of both of them. Like Jamal's the key piece in this team. Granted, it was Jokic. Without Jokic, his team isn't there. But
yeah, well,
Jamal Murray,
from the last podcast, I talked about it with him and Murray. So this is not a knock on Murray at all, but showing how his improvement and his confidence has helped the team in general, especially helping Jokic.
Yeah.
So in 2020, when they made the NBA when they made the conference finals in the bubble with Jamal Murray, Jokic was only averaging 5 assists that year, and we all know Murray was really good. He was scoring a lot, but this year in this postseason, he's averaging 10.5 assists.
10.5.
Yeah. Murray is scoring about a little bit more than he was before. But if you watch them games, like they're on at like 10 o'clock, but if you watch them, they know each other so well. They kind of remind me of like Travis Kelce and
Patrick Mahomes.
Where like you'll like see
That's
them.
a hell of a comparison, bro.
Real to watch them, like Murray will cut, and this dude will just throw a pass like that, and he'll catch it and shoot it. And it's like
that's a beautiful comparison.
Like you can tell they practice some of these plays, and
it's
both parts, and it's beautiful to watch. Like it really is, because like there's not many players in the NBA that do that, and you could tell like these guys practiced for a while together before and after practice, through the season, off the season, because the way they know each other, the way they know where they're going to go. Their basketball IQ together is unbelievable, and I think
remarkable.
Murray playing the way he does.
I
love Jimmy, but like you're gonna stick
one of my
Jimmy
favorite players.
I'm sorry, like it's if you stick Jimmy on Murray, Jimmy Butler's offense is going to go down significantly because of the way that Murray plays. So I don't know if they're going to do that matchup right there. You think they're going to be matched up at all?
Who are you going to put on, Kyle Larry? You want to talk about slow? You want to talk about slow? Kyle, you think Kyle Larry's going to keep up with that? What they used to call him in college, the Blue Rocket or some shit like that?
We talked about it earlier, the size of Denver.
Yeah.
How many options do you have?
You can put Strauss. You can put Strauss.
I'm saying
Tyler Herro's going to come off the fucking bench with one arm.
Honestly, that's why I don't see Denver losing, because like if you put Jimmy Butler on Murray, which obviously you think you should, you're gonna have your point guard in Aaron Gordon or Michael Porter. They're gonna fucking.
I was gonna say that. Who's gonna stick Michael Porter in Aaron Gordon, dude?
I like your pick here at Jamal Murray plus 1,200 to win the MVP. I love
that's my pick, bro.
Because I don't think Joker gives a fuck about winning the finals MVP.
Nah, he just wants to win the chip.
He could still average a triple-double. Jamal Murray might average 30 and 15. I'm just saying, because I could see this guy averaging a triple-double, because who the hell's guarding him? And if he gets guarded, he's going to average 20. It's like you can't guard him. Like he's the one guy that's like, how do you stop him? You're going to have to throw like 2-3 guys at him. Will you put Duncan Robinson on him?
Strauss? Like who's gonna stick that in?
I'm saying, like right off the bat, you got the point guard. You can't even match up with him. That's big. It's big. He's a big point guard. He's a big dude. He's not a little point guard at all. You know, I like that we're giving Murray his props here, because I think a lot of people underlook him. They undervalued him, and they see what he's doing in the playoffs. Finally, we already knew that. Stoop Life Group basketball people, they already knew that. But the general society watching basketball, they're finally seeing.
Like I remember back in the pandemic during this whole bubble thing with when we were killing it with Stoop Life, which we still are. But we were killing it, and I was catching a lot of hell from them all, like, Jamal Murray, it's the bubble, that's why he's playing. Like, it's not the bubble no more.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Like, it's not the bubble no more.
Yeah. We used to play the NBA game. I played an NBA game, and I used to put the auto trades on. I got to build my team. These two guys were always on my team. Like, always. Like, I love them. Like, they're both on my team. Like, I don't know why. I just like the way they play. I like their grit. They both got it. And I like the way that, like, Jimmy gets a lot of praise because obviously, like, he does what he does. But, like, Jamal Murray is very similar with what he does as well. And I like him for that. So I like your MVP pick there. I think throw $5 on it. I like it. All right, I'm up. We'll pick number 4. We're going to go with Bam Adebayo. This was a tough pick for me because I'm not a fan of Bam, bro. I don't like Bam. I think he's a little bitch. But,
shit.
Am I wrong, though? We just talked
about That's a Jersey boy. Hold on. That's a Jersey boy right there. That is a North Jersey boy. We can't.
Listen, no disrespect at all. Like, just like, obviously he has grit. Obviously the man's here. But when I say bitch, I mean like when he guards the centers, that like we talked about before. And I just feel like he has proven time and time again that he can't guard these guys, and he's a great defender.
Not the bigger ones.
So it says a lot.
Not the bigger ones.
The reason I'm taking him number 4 is for a lot of reasons. If he shows up and plays the way he's capable of playing and can kind of guard Jokic and score as well, he's going to be a big, big X factor. He's not a factor, obviously it's a key factor, but big factor into why Miami Heat can blow the doors open.
I agree.
So I think his skill set's great. He could score the ball. He could play defense. But he's got to be confident. He got to allow his confidence to stay with him because we've seen him, kind of like Anthony Davis. He'll have a great game, and then he'll shit the bed the next game. He can't have that.
Yeah.
Can't have that in the finals. So, I mean, if he shows up and plays like we know he's capable of doing, all-NBA player, all-NBA defensive player, he could be a surprisingly wreak havoc on Joker. I don't think it's going to happen just because, like we just talked about with Joker, but if this guy shows up, I think it'll be a big difference because the Heat need guys that aren't named Jimmy Butler to score, and he's got to be one of them for them to win.
He's got to take advantage of how slow Jokic is on defense. He has to literally every time. But what I think they're gonna do to him, I think they're gonna throw. Aaron Gordon's just an athletic forward too. I think they're gonna throw an athletic four at him, so that's gonna help. That's gonna help Jokic. I think they're gonna end up every time Bam gets the ball, you're gonna see Aaron Gordon slide over to him a little bit and aggravate him. They're gonna play a different zone. That's what I think.
Like, they could literally guard Bam with three guys. Like Joker don't even really gotta be on him. He don't. He's an undersized center as well. I think Bam's 6'9", 6'10", maybe. Or 6'11". Aaron Gordon, we already know what he can do. He's 6'8".
He's 6'9". Yeah, he's 6'8", but he's strong. He's strong and athletic.
Exactly. So it's if this guy can somehow cause them to wreak havoc and switch off him a lot, I think it causes a lot of problems because obviously on the other end, Miami's smaller. They can move faster. So, I mean, that could also cause problems for them. And I think if he steps up and causes that, it's great. My next pick is none other than this guy right up top, right in the middle. We got Martin. I think he showed his impact last game. He showed it. A lot of people were saying he should have won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I really wouldn't have had a beef with it, but obviously it was Jimmy. But, this motherfucker right here, he turns it up in the playoffs. Holy shit. What do you have? 7, 28, 25 the game.
How many threes did he hit? How many threes he hit in the last game?
5 or 6.
Because he was just –
exactly.
He was just knocking them down, bro. That's the one – see, that's the one thing Miami has, though. They have shooters.
Yeah.
That can give Denver the problem. Because if guys like him, and I'm not going to say the rest because I can guarantee we're probably going to draft some of these guys, he gets hot, it can get nasty.
Exactly, I agree. And I don't fully expect him to play like he did, but if he does play like that, if he does play like that again, why can't Miami win? They just beat Boston because he played good. Yeah. We just talked about how Miami needs a couple guys to step up, score above their averages, and I think he's one guy that has proven he's capable of doing it. So I think if he does that again, Miami's going to be, like I said, they lost 124 to 119, 112 to 108. He makes 2 threes, they win those games. So I could see him doing that. We'll see. All right, we got next pick up, pick number 6. Who you going with?
I got to go with my man Aaron Gordon, bro. I got to go. It's kind of that's my guy right there, bro. He's a key factor on that Denver team too. Jamal Murray loves feeding him the ball, so you're gonna see a lot of the 2-man game between these two is gonna be really, really good. Jokic might just act like kind of a distraction to Bam a little bit to get him out of the way. Yeah. That's gonna clear the lane for the high flying Aaron Gordon. I try to stick him when he has a full head of steam. So I'll take Aaron Gordon, bro. That's an athletic motherfucker right there.
I feel like he was very disrespected. He should have been an all-star this year. I get a lot of people want to look at stats. Oh, nut point, rebounds, assists. They overlook the fact that this man basically, like I said, their number 2 assist ratio. He was one of the top 5 in the league at passes assisted on.
Yeah, he's an animal, man. He's
the way they fit him in the system with what he's capable of doing, which is pretty much everything on offense and defense. He could easily be higher on this list as well, but I like him too. And imagine if he shows up and he's capable of getting 20, 25 a game.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I don't. Again, who do you throw on him for Miami? Duncan Robinson.
You guard him. You're gonna have to
like Duncan Robinson's his position in guard. I mean, Bam's not going to stay on him because that's going to leave Jokic open. I mean, it's kind of like, what do you do? Like with those three, like I got two of those that 3-man game there that is nasty. I'm disrespecting one guy though, but we'll see later. I'm disrespecting one guy. We're gonna talk about him later. But
you gotta remember, like we're doing importance here. So like, which guy's the most? I mean, and right now I think we're on point right now. I
don't see anything wrong with.
Yeah. So Aaron Gordon, man, athletic. I don't know how to guard him. But hey,
you don't.
Good luck. Who got next? We got pick number 7. Who we got for 7?
I got my man Duncan Robinson.
All right, now explain this to me. You got Duncan Robinson, number 7. Now, why do you find him to be right there with Aaron Gordon importance? Because I have no problem with that at all. We talked about this yesterday.
It's the way he's shooting in the playoffs right now. He's shooting the shit out of the ball. And when he gets open, he's going to take it. And he hasn't been missing a lot. I mean, these last couple of games, like when Miami went up 3-0, he was a big reason why they did it too, because he was hitting those threes and opening up the floor for guys. Can't leave him open. He's going to hit the shot down. He's a spot shooter. He's going to get there. He's hitting wide open shots. So he's going to make things a lot harder for them. He's one of those guys I'm talking about that Miami has a lot of shooters. You know what I mean? They have a lot of guys who can make buckets outside of the 3 range. And he's one of them. He's leading them. One of them's hurt. Tyler Hero's hurt. So imagine if Tyler Hero's healthy coming to this. I might be talking a little bit different about Miami if they did that.
Yeah, I agree. The draft will probably be a little bit different too, but he's reported that maybe come back game 3, which we're not even gonna count him in there. But we just talked about this guy. So every Sixers fans bitching about Tobias Harris contract, obviously rightfully. So if you look up like top 10 worst contracts in the NBA right now, you'll see this man's picture on there. Right? This season, he's averaged like 5 points. In the playoffs, he's averaging 5 threes. Like,
he's not missing.
You can gladly suck in the season if you're going to turn it up in the playoffs like him. Yeah. Because, like you said, in the NBA too, how do you win? You got to hit your threes. And one easy way to get back in the game is a 3. And he's a guy that's the best shooter in the series, I think. Right?
I would say so.
So I mean, hey, like he's very important. He's a big role player because if he can hit wide open 3, 4, 5 threes a game, that's 15 points right there. That like, boom, we get back real quick. And the thing I watch about Miami too is when he's hitting, it's when the other guys hit. It's weird because it's like when he's not hitting, it's like no one's hitting. He hits that. They get the ball to him, put him in, and he hits a 3. They all start making their damn threes. And I think that's a big reason why like Miami can stay in this because of the 3-point shooting. So I like that pick right there. I'm not a big fan of Duncan Robinson, but hey, he torched the Sixers a couple times. But I mean,
shit.
He can shoot.
Did he? It's just in the playoffs. I don't know what it is with him in the playoffs, man. I don't get it. He does come alive, man.
Yeah. All right. So we got pick number 8. I think this is the guy you were referring to as getting disrespect. Guy up here, Michael Porter.
I disrespect him. That's my guy, though.
See, I don't think you're disrespecting him. If we're ranking players on their team, he's 4th. He really is. Like
he is 4th. You're right. 100%. You're right.
You rank the guys from Miami, and they're going where they're going. Michael Porter, I like Michael Porter because he's like it's kind of like a Tobias Harris. Play your role, make your shots, and he makes them.
I agree.
He doesn't do anything extra. He doesn't try to do anything extra when he is very well capable of doing extra. But if he does and messes up, then it hurts the team. So he just plays his role, and he does it very well. Throughout the playoffs, he's been playing his role great. And I think I don't see him stepping outside of that role, which is why I don't think he can be like a big X factor in it. Because I think if he's scoring like 30, that means someone else is getting the rock and scoring. I think that takes away from the game that Denver has. Otherwise, I would have had him above Aaron Gordon. But I don't because I agree with you, and I think Aaron Gordon's role on both ends of the floor is more important than what Porter does. But I like this guy a lot too. I remember him coming out of college and he kept getting hurt, and now
a lot of hype behind him.
Yeah, a lot of hype, and he's playing it good right now. That's like, so we're on pick number 8, and we just showed why. Team, got to build a team. Both these guys are teams. They have guys that play very specific roles that can do pretty much everything, but they play one or two things that they're great at, and then they fill in. You know, like that's what like the NBA got to be about, and I'm glad we're seeing that in the finals this year.
I hope Daryl Morey is watching. That's all I'm saying. Or he's listening. You got to build a team.
Yeah, got to build a team. And it ain't easy. Don't get me wrong. It ain't easy with money.
Not.
Like that. It's not easy. It's not easy, but these guys are proving that you don't need superstar level players to win. You need players that want to win to win. That's it. So my next pick is your boy. You like this guy a lot. You've been talking a lot of shit on him. My guy Max Strus. Yo, let me just say something about Max.
Another shooter.
I'm gonna say something. He's another shooter that if he's hitting, Denver.
He's hot. What he's hitting. Pause. Super pause. He's hot. Super pause.
I mean,
he's been showing it all, but he's been showing it all playoffs. When I'm on, I'm on. Like,
I will say this: if you're gonna bet him 4+ threes in a parlay, he's not gonna hit him that game. If you don't bet him that game, he's gonna hit him.
He's gonna hit him.
That's the type of player he is, though. It really is. He's the streakiest shooter there is, man. Like he's another guy like Michael Porter. He doesn't have. He's not really out there to hit the threes, but like a lot of games,
he can do it.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it as much as Michael Porter. Like Michael Porter's more efficient with it, where Strus is like, bro, like what the hell? Sometimes give him the ball, hit a half-court shot, and it's like,
yeah.
Like this guy hasn't hit a 3 in 4 games. Now he hit 8 in the first half. I think he did that against Boston game 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, where'd this guy come from again? And it's like.
He's hot and cold. Strus is like, he can score inside too. Like, he can drive the lane, make a bucket, and get fouled doing it. But he's just not consistent. You're right. Michael Porter is a lot more consistent and efficient than he is.
He is. I like him, though. I like all these guys. That's why it's like it's good serious. But I don't even want to talk about Max Strus. I already said some bad things about him. Who we got? Final pick. That's my team, though. We got Joker, Martin, Porter.
I like your team though, man. I like your team. You got a good front court. You got a really good front court. It's just your backcourt's a little bit shaky. Your backcourt's gonna be your weakness, but the weakness of your backcourt, they all shoot threes.
Yeah. Hey.
They all drain threes.
Maury. Get the shooters. All right, we got one more pick left for you. Who are we going with? There's a lot of guys.
I'm going with my man Gabe Vincent, man. He balled out the last series, man. He was hitting threes too. I need a guy who's gonna seal out, and if I need him to make the shot, I know he can make the shot. That's him. That's what I need right there.
I like him too. He kind of reminds me of Strus. You know, streaky, can take somehow he can score 20 points and a half. He did it in game 1. I mean, if he does that, it's tough. I like it. So we got your roster. You got Jimmy, Jamal, you got Gordon, Duncan, and Vincent. I like it.
I got a small team, bro. My team is small ball all the way, bro.
Yeah, Joker gonna dominate y'all. But
absolutely.
I think you got a bunch of good guys there though. For real, like you got 2 dogs, you got another dog up here, and you got shooter, you got another shooter. I like it though. I mean, obviously, we're not trying to figure out the perfect team because if we were building a dream team, it's different. But I think going by like importance of players, I like it. Now, a lot of people probably saying like, "Wow, you left some guys out of here." So who is another guy that we left out of here that you think can be a big X factor for the Denver Nuggets?
For the Denver Nuggets, I believe I mentioned his name earlier, Reggie Jackson. Yeah, and Jeff Green. Guys like that are gonna do work. You know what I mean?
People also like Bruce Brown or whatever.
Yo, I love Bruce Brown, bro. Oh, I forgot about Bruce Brown because he comes in, does his job. He's not a scorer, but
I mean, like I love Bruce Brown. He's a good player. Like 20, but like he's kind of like Vincent and Strus. He disappears a lot, but I mean, like he could turn up. Like, damn. I mean, but I don't rank him higher than any of the guys that we picked.
I mean, can I mean, can we mention Kyle Lowry too? Because he has been in these finals before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who would you say for the Heat? So Kyle Lowry, I like it.
I will go Kyle Lowry for sure.
Kyle Lowry coming off the bench has prolonged his career. Let's just say that.
Absolutely. Oh yeah,
And he's
it
one of them
definitely did.
veterans that accepted it. Accepted it, and he's playing it well. And he's a Villanova guy. He got that dog in him. Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
You got him coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Like whole body up Murray for a couple fouls. Get him hurt a little bit. If he'll play him physical for a little bit if you have to bring him in. Ain't gonna guard him real good for a long period of time, but for a little bit he can come in there, give you some size in that backcourt. I like him. What do you think about Kevin Love? You talked about him. You think
he's another guy who I actually have a lot of respect for, just as a player as it is. When he's out there, man, he was an all defense player this year, I believe. He made the all defense team, I believe, right? This year?
Okay, Kevin Love.
Let me look that up real quick before I say that, because I think I did see Kevin Love make the all defense team this year. And
I think you're high.
Let me see.
I don't think so. Kevin Love. Kevin Love can ball though. He didn't play much.
He did not make the all defense. I don't know what I saw something. I saw something of him.
I think he has a high defensive ratio when he's playing, like his efficiency. Yeah,
that's probably what I seen. That's probably what I seen.
He played 1 minute against Boston just because he couldn't play with that. But I think he's going to get a lot more clock in this series because of the size. They need him. They need his size. I mean, I don't know. I don't expect much of him.
I don't expect much of him either. But like you said, rumors are Tyler Hero might be coming back game 3. And if Tyler Hero does come back, I mean, I don't know how effective he's going to be because it is a broken wrist. I don't know if it's enough for people to be really take him serious and guard him and actually, be up under him or just give him his space. I don't know. But if he can be effective, this series can change easily. If he can start hitting shots, then everybody else around him is going to be hitting shots as well. Don't be surprised if Miami does bring it to 7 and win it. It's one of those.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I was shocked when I read that he was possibly coming back for game 3 because, like I said, at risk basketball player. Yeah, that's kind of
on his shooting hand at that. It's not like it's not his catch and release. It's his shooting hand. He has to be perfect when he shoots.
Yeah. So how much is he going to come back and actually shoot, or is he going to kind of be a decoy?
That's what I think he is. He's going to be a decoy. It's not like he's a standout defender either.
Yeah.
I mean,
on offense, he might be a decoy on offense. Defense, he ain't going to do shit. But then again, they're going to need a lot of bodies out there anyway because they can't guard him to begin with. So you got all these guys out here. So I mean, it might help. It might help a lot. But so after we just picked our teams, did all that. MVP. You're going with Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray. He's going to be my MVP. Jamal.
So Miami wins, and it's not Jimmy Butler. Who are you taking?
And it's not Jimmy Butler?
Not Jimmy Butler.
Oh, that's tough. That's extremely tough. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Martin is plus 5,000. Bam is plus 5,500. You can bet Tyler Hero is 50,000 plus 50,000.
I might have to. I honestly might have to take Martin. I don't know. I don't think Bam's that caliber of a player to take over the finals, but
I don't see how he does because, we just talked about, before, they got 3-4 different guys that can actually guard him from different positions. So if he wins MVP, he had a phenomenal series, and Miami probably swept him.
Exactly.
Which I don't see happening. That's why I thought his odds being that low, not low, but 5,500.
It's true.
In the fact of what he's going to have to go through to get it. But, I mean, that's the thing. If Miami wins, I really don't see how it's not Jimmy. If Denver wins, I could see it being Murray, Joker. I like Murray's odds at plus 1,200 there. So, final pick. You change your mind at all during this podcast, or you still going Denver?
Going Denver.
All right.
But I will say this: it's probably going to be 6. I changed my mind now. I think Miami's going to steal it tomorrow, and they'll probably steal a game in Miami just to say, "Hey, we got you one."
Well, I'll tell you, before you even knew the odds, you picked the favorites. Game 5, 4-1 Denver was the favorite of handle. So I mean, why not? Like I don't know how often the favorites in the championships, like the number like series and all wins, but I don't know. Like nobody knows. Like it's not like gambling cards. The percentages that they put out for you, it's different. But I like it. I still got Denver. I got Denver at 6. I would like to see a 7-game series though. But then again, I want it because it's like 3 weeks. Like that shit's like forever.
Shit, think about that. We could be watching basketball until July. Like, think about that. Like,
I think they do. Like, it's game 1 is Thursday, and then they play Sunday. And then they don't play again until like Wednesday. So it's like 3-4 days off, and it's like Wednesday. Then it's like Saturday. Then it's like Tuesday. It's like Jesus. And then we got the NHL Stanley Cup on. I know a lot of people don't watch the Stanley Cup, but we got to talk about it a little bit because we got not only did Miami Heat win a Game 7 in Boston, the Florida Panthers in first round, they beat the best team ever in NHL history, points-wise, in a Game 7 in Boston. So we got the Florida Panthers versus Vegas Golden Knights. Shout out to Vegas Golden Knights. I was there. The stadium was amazing. They are the favorite. They're the favorite to win at -135. Florida is +115. You know anything about the series at all?
Not really. I do know Florida is the better team. The game I did catch was Florida, so I'm gonna just flat out. I'm gonna take Florida. I believe they have the best player, right?
Yeah, their goalie's on fire right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rock with him.
His like goal ratio is like double better than the Vegas guy, and the Vegas guy's pretty good. But I did a little stats on him. So last year, Florida Panthers were number 1 in the NHL in their division. Miami was number 1 in their division. We see a trend a lot of times where these teams get into the finals and they lose, a la Philly. I was trying to think of the last time like a non like major city like Boston, New York, LA won that they won back to back, and I couldn't find any. So I don't know if they're both going to lose or what. But I'm with you. I like Vegas, but I'm taking Florida because I think Denver's going to be the favorite in NBA. They're going to win. I'll take the slight dog that beat the best team ever. I like them at plus.
Exactly.
I also took a little further. I put their matchups together. They're 1-1 on the season together, but overall, since Vegas has been around, they're 6-4 against them. I don't know how much that means in hockey. I don't know. I watched a couple of the hockey games, and I couldn't tell you how, whichever team's the most healthiest at the end, like at the end of the day, they're going to win.
Usually wins it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw the team, like I said, I went to Vegas. I seen them. They were fun. They've been winning. But like Florida, like I said, they beat the best team. They got the best goalie. That's enough for me to bet Florida. But guys, that's about enough knowledge that we can give you on the NHL.
It's a sprinkle. But I promise you, next hockey season, I'm gonna be a puckhead. Put me in between the pipes. That's a major pause, by the way. Major pause. In between the pine or whatever they call that thing. I'm gonna be a hockey expert. Like when I was a kid, it was a different ball game.
I mean, I've never been a hockey guy, and we're from Philadelphia, so when the Flyers are good, we'll tune in.
No, absolutely.
Terrible. We can't tune in, but I mean, I might tune in for a game here just because I like the matchup. I like both teams. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you're a hockey guy, I'm sorry. Well, you can tell by the headline. It says NBA Finals Heat versus Nuggets breakdown with a splash of Stanley Cup.
Salt day. That's a salt day.
About 5 minutes. We talked about NHL for 5 minutes. That's about as much as 97.5 talked about them. Done.
Oh, hold up. Ain't gonna diss my station like that. But look,
they don't talk hockey either.
Nobody does.
When they do, it's like, what are you talking about? No one cares. There's a select few that care.
That's because if the Flyers didn't suck, they'll be talking about it left and right. Trust me. But
no, they don't. They don't talk about it.
If they didn't suck, but I'm telling you,
they wouldn't talk about them. It's right now. It's all Phillies. They're talking Phillies all day, and they're talking about the Eagles going to sign DeAndre Hopkins. Ain't nothing going to be doing with hockey. I mean, if they were in the Stanley Cup, yeah,
absolutely.
But that ain't happening. maybe 30 years.
But look at it like this, though. Look at it like this. This just gives the doors open. Any hockey experts out there that want to come on here and school us, come on.
I don't know any. We tried before. Y'all are scared.
I know a couple. But most hockey heads, no disrespect, most hockey heads are very dry. Like, no pop.
They're baseball fans, too. They're always baseball fans, and they like going and sit there in 9-game innings like this. Yeah. I can't do either. But if I do, I'll tell you what. Going to a hockey game live, though, is unbelievable. It's awesome.
Unbelievable, yeah. I've been a couple.
Watching it on TV, I'm like, it's 1-0. There's 3 minutes left in the game. Yeah, but it's fun because you're actually seeing the action there. They do a lot of stuff in the crowd. You're watching it on TV. You got 3 minutes left in the game. It's 1-0. I don't know. Yeah. That's boring shit. If hockey was like a bigger net, like maybe make a bigger net so there's like 12 goals a game.
That's true.
I'd be watching because then I'd be like, damn, that guy broke a single season record and there's like 50 games left. Like, hey, I'm watching that. You know what I mean? No, it's like baseball when they start loading these balls, you hit more home runs, the game's faster. Yeah. Like, I'll tune in for more baseball games.
I watch a lot of baseball.
Yeah, I fall asleep. I go to bed while I watch it.
I mean, when I'm wide awake at 11:30, 12 o'clock, 11, like when games are still being played. I mean, you got the West Coast games, like, you know what I mean, like, and they're actually fun to watch, like the Dodgers and shit.
It's not true.
Except for the A's. For the A's. When the A's play, it's like it's over. Game's over before it starts.
Bad. I showed you that stat on them. It's bad.
Yeah, that's why I was shocked.
They're like an NBA team that's tanking for the first pick when it don't work like that in baseball. It's like,
don't.
Well, I'll tell you what, they got a lot of good players though. They just, man, their pitching's terrible.
They just suck. They're trying to tank for it. They go to Vegas.
Yeah,
they're gonna go to Vegas and they're gonna be worse because Vegas is the furthest thing from a fucking baseball town.
I mean, they're gonna start spending money though. That's the thing with baseball. You gotta spend money.
Too.
You know. Well, before we get out of here, we gotta get one last prediction on here. Tonight, May 30th, Ultimate Fighter starts at 10 p.m. tonight while we're doing this episode. Which team wins the Ultimate Fighter? Team McGregor or Team Chandler? Before we even watch anything, who do you think's going to win?
Not knowing who's going to get picked.
We don't know. I'm talking just the team.
All right, you know what? It's kind of hard because I feel like Michael Chandler can motivate those guys and keep them focused. But I feel like Connor's just going to hype them the fuck up, and they're gonna want to fight for him like they did with the European one he coached. I'll probably roll with Connor's team just because it's Connor. They're gonna fight for him.
I think Connor has better. He's bringing in better guys to train his guys with.
Isn't Chandler bringing in guys from? Who's he training with right now?
They're fighters though, but he's bringing in like his whole. He's bringing in couple
his
guys
camp?
From PFL. Like, he's bringing in his camp. Like, he's training
with his camp. Okay, yeah. That's a big difference.
All the coaches are coming in and everything, where Chandler's like, he's probably going to have them on there sporadically, but, like, they're with, like, Connor's whole team with him. Like, they switched it up. Like, it started a little later because Connor actually wanted to, like, force them to bring 4 of his own guys in. So it's like, he's probably going to have 4 guys that already know him, that have already been trained in his style. I think there's like 9 former UFC fighters on this. None of them were ever really good, except like the dude that fought Sean O'Malley. I think he was some Latin American country. He had like the red and pink hair and shit. And O'Malley broke his hands on his face. That dude's in the Ultimate Fighter. So I like hope he gets on Team McGregor and just goes nuts because the dude took like 600 punches to the face and he like kept going. Do you remember that fight? And we're like,
I do remember when he broke both his hands. I do remember.
Yeah, he kept hitting him.
He kept fighting.
They had to call the fight because the guy's eyes were swollen. He just kept going. He's on the Ultimate Fighter. So I want to see him on. I mean, like, I'm actually going to tune in to watch it. I'll probably record it and watch it like on my little like nap times. I'll watch them tomorrow. I can't stay up till 11 o'clock to watch. I'll fall asleep. But
I'll be up.
Yeah, I got Team McGregor. I think it's gonna be crazy because these guys are both very they're both nuts. I
They
mean,
are.
we got Mr.
Well, I
Steroid,
think
we got Mr. Steroid Vodka. So it's gonna be a good one.
hey man, look, Michael Chandler is I think Chandler is like a blah interview most of the time. Tell you the truth. I think he's a real chill guy. He's not really a trash talker. We've seen him in 3 fights with Eddie Alvarez. We've seen him in battles with guys like Gaethje. They don't talk shit. He's not a guy who's gonna run his mouth.
He just goes like this. Like he don't talk, But I think Connor's gonna get him to talk. I think he's a guy.
I don't know, man. Connor can do that, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know if Connor's gonna come out swinging on
I don't
Chandler.
know.
I mean, Chandler.
I want to just watch Conor McGregor coach these guys. I think it'd be hilarious. Like I want to see some stuff.
And I think he's gonna actually be really good with them too. I
do.
I think Connor's he's a student of the game. He's no slouch.
Yeah,
People think because he is what 0-3 in his last 4, 0-3 in his last 3. So I mean, I think Connor is doing this, to hype himself up a little bit, get a little bit more motivated to go out there and fight Chandler.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be fun to watch. But guys, again, thanks for listening. Hit that share button if you're on Facebook. Hit that share button if you're on YouTube. Hit that like button, and be sure to follow us on all of them: Facebook, Instagram, every social media. We support y'all. If you support us, so support us, and we'll help you. It's a win-win. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you got something out of this episode. And if you're on our Facebook, we're going to do a poll, see which team was better. Just for shits and giggles. We already know it don't matter at all. So if I win, cool. Follow me 100 push-ups.
That's it.
Hey, whatever. Nah.
Come on, I'll do the Murph. If you win significantly, I'll do the fucking Murph.
You'll do the Murph?
I'll do the fucking Murph. If you significantly, you have to beat me by like 30 votes. Like it has to be a blowout. It can't be just one. You can't just beat me by one. You have to blow me the fuck out. Pause.
All right. Well, let me start calling up my my poll friends.
Don't cheat. That's cheating.
I know some people who can help me. I got the government.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh wait, I forgot we're on Facebook.
Just kick the fuck off.
I didn't say names or nothing.
Oh boy, he's been out of jail for a while. Look at him now. He's about to get back in.
No, we're only doing our episodes that have to do with like sports breakdowns on there. Anything that's like we're talking stuff ain't gonna be on there. I think that's what we're gonna come up with. Like once a week, we'll do it on there, or once every other week, we'll be on Facebook because some of y'all don't understand how to click on that link to go to YouTube. So we're helping y'all because we appreciate y'all. But for real, that's it. That's all we got tonight. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more on Thursday. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but we'll be back. Paulie, close that out, my guy.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's always great. Like I said, if anybody ever wants to come on here, join us. We're the normal man. We are like the rest of you guys. So if you want to come on and talk that talk, bring it on. If you got any businesses, you want to bring up and you want us to give you a shout out, come on here, talk that shit. Come on here and talk about your business. We're open. Thanks for tuning in, though, man. We'll be back Thursday, fellas and ladies, by the way.
Peace out, everybody. Thanks for listening. See you guys.